Welcome back folks, it's been 2 weeks and it's time for a new portion of a great mods for Skyrim, a hidden gems of the modern stage, served under a bit of a Slavic accent sauce. Let's go! Are you tired of taking the goddamn long way to the ragged Flagon every time you need to complete yet another generic Thieves Guild quest? So am I, and here is easy access to the ragged Flagon mod coming to rescue. It adds a locked up shortcut entrance, which is in Riften, which leads directly to the ragged Flagon, a key for which you can get there after you visit it for the first time during the Thieves Guild questline beginning. That's it. Ever wanted to combine exploration with Assassin's Creed-like epic jumps into the water? The Leaps of Faith mod is a miscellaneous quest mod which adds just that. In the game world, there are now 12 epic jump spots for you to discover and complete as you play. Jumping from one of these places will play a custom jumping and falling animation and give you a small, well-earned bonus. Immersive, fun and rewarding. Mods like these are just what Skyrim can never have too much, and it fits its huge open world just perfectly. The issue with loot in vanilla Skyrim is known and simple, it is just boring. Spending 10 minutes to crack the Master Lock in Palace or beating a Draugr Deathlord in dungeon only to find like a 5 septims, 2 cabbages and a lockpick in a boss chest. That's just stupid, alright? At the same time, there are plenty of mods to add more loot, but most of them are simply going over the top, putting thousands of gold pieces in random chests, adding some blatantly overpowered artifacts for no reason, you name it. Dynamic dungeon loot is something at the golden middle which improves loot exactly in a boss type of chest in dungeons without breaking the economy. You may find just a bit more but still worthy equipment in these chests, and there is a small chance to find a few of incredibly rare, powerful artifacts. It fits seamlessly into the game and feels as a native part of loot system, which it always should have been. Now meet Leopardo da Linci, an eclectic and eccentric Khajiit which hangs out in a gazebo on the Kars River, close to Solitude. He is a fully voiced NPC and trader, which always has something new to say each time you stop by. It is simple, immersive and fun. If only every trader in Skyrim would be done with such an approach to a character, the game would be much more alive from the start.
Mentor, mage, alchemist, blacksmith and enchanter. Avoid the precepts of those researchers whose calculations are not confirmed by experience. I know many things, despite of what they say at the college. One day, the 95 books I'm planning to write will demonstrate that. As the waves expanding in the water, the sound expands itself in the air.
Sometimes a single touch of an aesthetics can make a large part of the game much better, and in this case a series of so-called glow-mapped mods from the same author which are adding glow into various Dwemer objects where it makes sense, from certain parts of architecture and mechanisms to creatures and items. A small change at the one hand, it gives such a tremendous difference to the Dwemer dungeons, making them look so much more mystical. Well, look yourself. Have you ever noticed that Argonians, while having own distinct speech accents, same as Khajiit do as well, shout in the same human voice? Well, even if you didn't, now you know. male Argonian shouts revoiced, updates all the shout sounds for Argonian race to sound more, well, Argonian. If playing as an Argonian character, once you have tried it, you can never go back.
Need fur. Need Basha. Kree Moon. Kree Mouse. Kree Mouse. Boost. Force roll. Force da.
Skyrim has just hundreds of books all across the game world and many hours of interesting reading thanks to that. But for an eloquent reader, that's such a hassle to collect them in-game because there is no indication of whether you have this book or no in the game when you stumble across one of them. No more. With the Unread Books Glow, old but good mod, books which you haven't read yet will emit a noticeable glow to help you distinguish them. There are also a few configuration options for the book and glow type as well. Be it a spellcasting, eating or just walking around and standing, one scene never changes, the character face emotions, and when it does change, like in combat for example, character facial expressions are just hideous. Conditional expressions, subtle face animations, aims to improve that. The mod adds subtle face animations that will bring more life into a character, depending on situation. The character's mouth will move when eating, face will look tired when at low stamina, in pain when injured, character will move his eyes to look around when sneaking and squint them when underwater, and so on. In total, there are over 30 new subtle facial expressions, multiple different expressions for same actions as well, for different in-game situations, and just a standing idle too. Lastly, the mod is fully configurable in MCM. One a hell of a little immersion booster, grab it for sure. Adventurers aren't exactly the renowned, treasure-finding sort like yourself. Most of them are actually tired, too young or too old, and scrapping by for just a few rubies in an ancient tomb. Outside Markarth lies a place for all them to gather and set out to make ends meet. But there is one adventurer a bit different than the others. Join the new Adventurers Guild and help the bright-eyed Isabel Cyrilius as you two set out in search of ancient artifacts, piles of treasures, and explore forgotten ruins. Well, you know the rest probably. A new Adventurers Guild, a short and fun questline, and a new follower with a character in a single mod.
You won't even have to pay the guild fee. Isabel is... well, you'll understand when you meet her. She doesn't fit in with this crowd. Go talk to her, then come back to me for the job.
Well, that was gruesome. How's the treasure? I'm disappointed. Who cares how much money it's worth if there's no historic value?
Now, well, how to put it? Well, how it is I guess, not less than the most underrated mod of this year and the candidate to one of the best mods released this year at the same time. Skiver is a companion mod of an absolutely insane scope and amazing talent. Do you like followers like Inigo or Lucian? Do you want your follower to be untrivial? Then try it. Skiver is a companion with truly unique character, and when I say insane scope, I mean it. For comparison, the most recognized and complex follower mod ever, Inigo, has around 7,000 voice lines. Skiver has double of that already, currently around 15,000 of voice lines, no kidding. At the same time, Skiver is not your typical Paphos follower. At first, he looks like yet another tavern drunkard with a rather unpleasant voice.
Hold it right there! If you're suggesting that I would come with you, I would have you know I am for hire. Well, to be honest, I never thought so far ahead. I mean, I have a sword, and I will use it when you are in need of my help, so you pay for it. And don't forget to pay for my stay in inns as we travel.
And while this part will be with him for a long time, he has a personality which is just his own. Not only he has a commentary on literally every, yes, more than 500 of Skyrim interiors like dungeons, Nordic, Dwemer ruins, taverns, etc. But he also has quite of unique traits. He can smell a location when you enter it and from this say which enemies you will encounter there. He can give advices, he can sing, and one of most hilarious and useful things, he can read books, and I mean it, a list of over 20 books and dozens of other letters and scrolls he can read aloud for you from start to finish.
Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. I will start reading. Wait, which book did you say it was again? Understood. I'll start reading. Azar Traji Jazeri by Anonymous. This is an absurd book, but like all things Khajiit, as the expression goes, Jizalzi Varbarzarita Masi, or absurdity has become necessity. Much of what we have to say has probably never been written before, and if it has, no one has read it.
In currently latest version of the mod, which was released just lately, he received yet another massive update and a new kind of feature, and as per outer statement, that's just the beginning. The amount of work already put into this mod is absolutely gigantic. Skiver is smart, hilarious, and just truly special companion with an unrivaled amount of stats and mentions which you should definitely try.
What? I appreciate you trying to help me and all that, but we haven't really gotten anywhere. I simply don't trust you enough to allow you near my wares.
You are right to try to sneak past the evil here. We are so smart. Was it your plan to talk to me, or did we just cross eyes with each other while sneaking in this dead-air Nord ruin? I never considered sneaking instead of fighting in a battle cheating. It's a battle tactic, even if there is no fighting going on. I'm thinking about how we will die once whatever evil here hears us talking.
That's all for now, folks. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have picked up a few more useful mods for your own setup. And see you in the next video soon. Don't forget to enable channel notifications and join our Discord to always stay in touch. As always, stay tuned, stay healthy and stay happy. Sinitar Gaming here, signing out.